Hey guys, welcome back to Missing Out Mondays, where we tell you what we're into. Start your week off right. I'm Tauri J.
I'm Lex Michael.
And today we're joined by tomorrow's guest, EQ.
Yo, EQ.
Yo. What are you into this week?
Yo, you know what I'm into?
What?
This fucking Avengers cartoon, man. That's Black Panther's Quest. Have you seen this shit? All right, so,
Tell me about it.
The Avengers cartoon has been going on for a while on the Disney Network.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you tune in. Listen, I'm a big-ass kid, okay? I watch every fucking superhero cartoon that comes out. I'm talking about I've seen everything from Super Friends all the way down to the New Adventures of Batman, all the way down to Teen Titans, everything. And this new season of Avengers is a whole season about Black Panther.
Nice.
So it's digging deep, bro. Like, Black Panther quits the Avengers, goes back to Wakanda to, like, ensure Wakanda's greatness, and then all this shit, including Killmonger and, like, this crazy organization trying to take down, like, the Avengers. It's nuts, but the Black Panther cartoon, first off, just to see, it's just almost as impactful as, like, the movie on some shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like to see a cartoon, a black superhero cartoon, it's awesome. And it's not based in the hood. It's not based on anything like that.
Yeah.
Like, you're seeing, like, great shit. You know what I mean? It's awesome. That's what I'm into.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Tune in, Disney. Pay me.
Yeah.
You love me, Disney.
Yeah, guys. Disney, can you sponsor EQ just
Yes.
to... Yeah.
Like, I would love to just one day, like, one of my biggest dreams is to somehow be involved in a superhero, anything. Cartoon, movie, TV show.
Yeah.
I don't care in what fashion either. Like, I just need my name credited before I die on something superhero made, you know?
I feel that, man.
Yeah.
What do you...
All right, so I watched a documentary from 2014 called Lost Soul, The Doomed Journey of Richard Stanley's Island of Dr. Moreau.
Whoa.
All right, so this documentary is bonkers. It's about the making of the 96 Island of Dr. Moreau, the one that had Brando and
Yeah.
Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
And it's a movie that depicts almost everything that could possibly go wrong with the production of a large movie. Both the things you would expect, like cast shuffling around or location issues, budgetary concerns, but also one of the stories in the documentary that they told was that there was one evening where director Richard Stanley went up into a tree and would not come down. And he had to be up at 5:30 to go back to work. The turnaround time wasn't that substantial, and he just would not come down from this tree.
Oh, that's awesome.
Things like that. So at a certain point,
That's awesome.
New Line, I believe was the production company behind it, New Line fired him, replaced him with John Frankenheimer, who came in and finished the movie. But Brando, being Brando at that point, he didn't take it very seriously. He was pretty open about the fact that he didn't take it seriously. Fairuza Balk is in the movie, and she talks about how she would go to him and say, do you want to work on some character stuff because our characters have a relationship, and do you want to maybe work out some of the details of that, maybe our backstory? And Brando would say to her, no. No, and he would go, listen, and he wouldn't. She made it sound like he was leveling with her, basically being like, listen, no one takes this that seriously. You don't need to take it that seriously. We're all getting paid. This is all nonsense anyway. Just have a good time. And she went, oh, okay.
Wow.
But Brando had some ideas of his own that he, at that point, he threw his Brandoness around and was able to integrate a lot of this stuff into the final product, such as there's a scene in the movie where he's wearing this tall cone hat, and you realize it's an ice bucket on his head that is being filled with ice as he's sitting there talking. That was something he insisted was going to be there. The world's smallest man at that time. I think he had a small bit in the movie, and Brando decided, no, this character is the movie. He will be with me in every scene in which I appear. So Marlon Brando's got his it's literally played by the smallest man in the world, his buddy with him in every scene, and that's how we get really, like, even if people haven't seen the movie, they know the image of Marlon Brando playing a white piano, while on top of the white piano, the smallest man in the world plays an identical but tiny white piano, which is an image that Mike Myers directly lifts for Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me. So everybody knows that image.
The two of us.
But yes, that's where he's pulling it from is Island of Dr. Moreau, and that was something that Brando just decided upon. Wow. So Richard Stanley was, when they resumed production, was given, there's a restraining order. Like, you're not allowed to come within X distance of the set, and he held to that for a little while, and then at a certain point he went to one of the guys who was working on the movie and said, hey, I want to see what's going on, so you're going to show me how to walk a certain way so that I can blend in with the extras and I can walk around and see what's happening on the set. So apparently in the movie there are shots where the director, the first director of the movie, who was given a restraining order to stay away from the set, is wearing a dog mask in the background of some of these shots.
Oh, yo.
This documentary is wild.
I'm gonna watch that.
I recommend it. Lost Soul, The Doom Journey of Richard Stanley's Island of Dr. Moreau.
Oh, I'm watching it.
It's nuts.
I need to see this.
Yeah, seriously.
Because I felt like I had gotten a pretty good idea from, there was an episode of I Was There Too where someone was talking about it, and you get some of the details, but that sounds bananas.
That's dope. I love industry like stories, documentaries,
and not for nothing, you don't hear stories about how David Fincher went up into a tree and wouldn't come down
because he keeps it under wraps.
Stress of Hollywood.
Oh, geez.
Sometimes I want to go into a tree and never come down.
I mean, no one's stopping you, bruh. Don't wait for permission.
All right, guys, I'm out. Go find the closest fucking tree and just post up.
Oh, jeez.
Malik, you're going to have to come get me down, okay? He just looked. He's not coming to get me.
It's like, no.
He's not coming to get me.
Don't worry about it. He got you.
He's like, I'll watch.
Yeah.
What about you, man?
So I recently got into this. So there's a podcast musical. Guys, you know I love musicals and podcasts. And there's a podcast musical based off of the scientific study that says asking someone these 36 questions will make you feel basically intimately tied to this person. It'll bring you closer. And so the musical itself is about this couple who are estranged, and they're using these 36 questions in order to try to get back together. And it's a tale told in 3 acts. So there's 3 episodes, each about 50 minutes to 40 something minutes. And it's really good. It's really emotional. The way that they found a way to make it seem organic is that the wife is recording on her phone and making quotation marks, and so it sounds like you're in the environments that they're in. Right. And it even sounds kind of organic when they just jump into song, which is really interesting. The vocals are beautiful, the instrumentation is amazing, and you can enjoy it from your car like this podcast.
I might have to tune in because I'm gonna be honest with you, like I haven't been impressed with musicals in a while.
Ooh, well, what's your favorite? And I will give you a recommendation.
Well, I mean, I don't really have a favorite. Like, it's like movies. You know, people are like, "What's your favorite movie?" And I'm just like, "Fuck, man, you gotta like break it down per genre
right.
or per like decade or something like that for me to say." But I feel like as a musician, right, a lot of musicals nowadays seem to be melodically deprived from something directly. Like I hear the melodies a lot, or I have heard them before, or like there's not a lot of new aspects to it. Like Hamilton was dope.
Yeah,
it was dope. That was a new intake on it. You know what I mean? But like, I don't know. It just seems like people are just. When you're just like telling stories and you're singing and it's like not necessarily good music, but you're just like telling a story with it.
Okay. So it feels like a lot of them have become derivative. Like it's kind of an Ouroboros in that newer musicals are feeding off of older musicals, and so you're never really getting something new.
Right. Like I want someone to be like, and I guess it's with everything creative, someone to just be like, fuck it, I'm going against this. Yeah. This pattern or this constraint of society, and I'm gonna go to the right real quick. I'm waiting for that with a musical. Yeah, but that's dope. I'm gonna listen to that.
Tari, do you have a favorite musical?
Oh yeah, what's your favorite musical?
Like, could you rattle one off, like 1 or 2?
So 2 of my favorites are Hunchback. Well, I have 3. and they all have H's in them. Hunchback of Notre Dame, the musical, is one of my favorites. Hamilton, of course.
Phantom of the Opera is actually one of my favorites.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
it's a good choice.
I've seen it in New York on Broadway. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
And then is your other one Hadestown?
No.
It's not.
Well, Hadestown is up there.
Okay.
But
Les
like Dr.
Miserables?
Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is also.
yeah. I like that one too.
Yeah.
See, like that's what I'm saying. These are like the classics that you can like. Everything is like, derived from that. I feel like, you feel what I'm saying. It's like these ones set the tones for like drama and impactfulness, and now it's just a whole lot of repeating and shit. You know what I'm saying? And then like people. They take musical groups and then they do musicals on the musical groups, and I'm just like, shit, man, like let's just be original, man.
Yeah. Well, if you're looking for new stuff, like as he was saying, like Hadestown is really good, very original sound, and I like Dear Evan Hansen. I don't feel like it's super derivative.
Yeah.
So I would say like check those two out.
Okay, cool.
Those would be my recommendations.
Yeah.
Also,
outside of Hamilton, I barely any idea what's happening in musical theater. When I was in high school, I did a bunch of musical theater, so I was more on the pulse of it.
It was still the thing to do. It was still like people were like, yeah, I want to be a musical actor on Broadway.
Right.
People were just like, fuck yeah, man, you could do that. Nowadays you're just like,
No,
what?
But speaking of creativity, tomorrow EQ is going to be joining us on the main show to talk about creativity and its connection with happiness. We're also going to be talking a little bit about People's Collective a little bit more. So it's going to be a really good conversation. We're going to dive real deep. So make sure you check that out. EQ, where can people find you between now and then?
You can find me on @only the number one EQ. So not actual number, words and shit, but the actual numerical sign, number one, @only1EQ. And then the.peoples.collective. Yes, Malik would smack me on the back of my head if I didn't say that one right. So yes, follow us, People's Collective, EQ.
Nice.
Missing out.
Yeah, and those are on Instagram. What about you, Lex? Where can they find you?
I am on Twitter and Instagram @the Lex Michael.
Awesome. I'm on Twitter and Instagram @Tauri J, TAURIJAY. And you can find this podcast at Missing Outcast. That's MISSINGOUTCAST on Twitter and Instagram. You can also find us on any podcast platform. If you have a chance, make sure that you subscribe so you can get this in your feed. Missing Out Mondays every Monday, and then regular show every Tuesday. And if you have a chance and if you love what we're doing, make sure that you go on and you leave us a review and a rating just so other people can find this and they can not miss out, guys.
Do it now.
Yeah, you get it. You guys get it. You understand. Do what the man says. Do it now. But until then, we will see you tomorrow. This has been the retrospective. That's introspective.
And now you have a new perspective.
Hell yeah.
Woo!
Thank you.
We
Thank
did it.
you.
Bruce.
We're amazing. Bye.
Did another Monday in the can.
Hell yeah. Who's got a case of the Mondays? Not these guys.
Not these guys.
Not these guys. All right. See you tomorrow.